One time she went to Shane Valentine's house and kicked in his door. What? And then she was found, she committed, apparently a Las Vegas judge who was working to expose a pedophile ring was found dead. A Las Vegas judge, wow, RIP to this lady. A Las Vegas judge who was working to expose a pedophile ring was found dead. And they're calling it as... They're calling it as suicide. Suicide. Mother of 3 just walked away from her job because of something that was going on. But we're about to check a little bit of this out. Y'all do me a favor, please hit the like button and make sure that you go to LFRFamily.com and ask me about the Bang Bang Tea. That'll be amazing. So this says that a Las Vegas judge and mother of 3 killed herself a year after leaving her position to avoid a complicated ethics probe that began over what she said was her attempt to save her daughter from prostitution. So she was trying to save her daughter from prostitution. We're following along. I guess there was an ethics probe that came about because apparently she must have been in the wrong according to them, but she said she knew what she knew. So Melanie Andres Tobiasen, 53 years old, who stepped down as a justice of the peace before a hearing regarding her ethics investigation, was reportedly found dead by suicide, Friday, News 8 reported. Okay, and the outlet did not provide details about how she died. It just says she killed herself. So it got her looking like she's overwhelmed. She can no longer move on with life. So she ended it all. When people just say that, I need to see more information. Like right here, this part right here says the outlet did not provide any details about how she died. They just said suicide. I would like to know more. I would really like to know more. How stressed out was this lady? What was really going on in her life? Was she suicidal? Was she right about the people that she was suggesting was trying to put her daughter into a prostitution ring? The judge charged that pimps were targeting the daughters of judges and law enforcement to recruit them into prostitution. Andres Tobiasen was being investigated by Nevada's Judicial Discipline Commission for almost 2 years before she agreed to resign in 2021. Wow. So when she put the word out there that this was happening, they started investigating her. I guess once they saw that whatever information that she was providing did not pan out to be true, or was somebody in somebody's pockets. It could have been anything, man. Problems began when her daughter, Sarah, who was 16 years old, started working at a clothing store that Andres Tobiasen claimed was a front for criminal activities and tried to stop it. First, by reporting the issue to the police, the Daily Mail reported. She said to the store, Top Notch was involved with prostitution and trying to recruit her daughter. Was there any truth to that? That's all I want to know. Was there any truth to that, or was she being a Karen? Because if she was just being a Karen, then I completely get it. If she was just saying, I think they're doing this and I don't have anything to go off of, but I believe it in my spirit, something just tells me it's women intuition. Nah, that's not enough. But if she really had some information, because the very first bit of information that I saw that she was murdered because she was trying to put this prostitution ring out there. That's what I very first saw. So apparently this is her daughter who they was trying to get. And why is she, if she's underage, why is her picture up here? This is Andres Tobiasen accused a store her daughter worked for was trying to get her into prostitution. She called out Las Vegas cops for ignoring information about the alleged sex trafficking at the store. She claimed that the store was an unlicensed underage nightclub and added that she was terrified of Shane Valentine, who ran the store at the time. Now, the name Shane Valentine sounds like a name you should be afraid of. That's just me. That name right there just sounds like somebody that you should be a little afraid of. Shane Valentine, like that's a scary name. It sounds like he got something going under his sleeve. But I ain't gonna say nothing about him because I ain't got no beef with nobody. So when the post reached her daughter, Sarah Tobiasen, now 23, on Saturday, she hung up. So, okay, they finally reached out to her. She ain't had no parts with it. She was like, man, don't call me no more. Click. All right. Andres Tobiasen said she had to go to FBI with the information after being ignored by the local police, which resulted in officers investigating her allegedly breaching judicial rules by making an allegation to federal agents. So she wasn't supposed to go and put in any official orders or anything like that. So that went against her being a judge. Okay. I mean, if this is the rules, this is the rules. I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say. A complaint filed against Andres Tobiasen alleged that she failed to comply with and uphold the law and allowed family interests and relations to influence her conduct, the Daily Mail reported. Listen, let me tell you something. If there are rules that she's supposed to follow as a daggone judge, then she's supposed to follow the rules. Now, if y'all believe something else different, then tell me what y'all want me to know about this, because right now all I'm hearing is that she knew what she was supposed to do and what she wasn't supposed to do. She reported it in the wrong way when she knew she wasn't supposed to do that. And then they started investigating her for her, actions. And she ended up losing her career that she worked so hard for. So she couldn't take it and she did something to herself. Or there was an actual prostitution ring and police were in on it. They got it done the way that they get it done. I don't know. Like, we see movies all the time that have these type of stories in them for a reason. They say sometimes that life imitates art, but sometimes art imitates life. So a lot of the videos that we see that seem like those things could never happen actually come from a real place. It probably come from somebody sharing their story or selling their story on the low for millions of dollars to somebody in Hollywood, signing an NDA saying, please don't tell them that this is a real story, because then I can be arrested. I'm certain stuff like that happens in Hollywood. I'm certain of it. So this right here is probably something that lost to her life. I mean, I'm not talking about by her own hands either. I'm talking about possibly by somebody else, like a setup or something like that. So Andres Tobiasen asked cops to look into Valentine, that's the owner of the store, but said they ignored her claims. Valentine was later linked to a shooting where a couple was found dead. See, I told you Shane Valentine sound like bad news, man. He sound like a loose cannon. That's what he sound like. They did not officially link him to the killings of Sydney Land, who was 21 years old, and Nehemiah Kaufman, who was 20, until months later, according to the Daily Mail. Whoa. Sheesh, that was a bad dude, bruh. But Andres Tobiasen contacted Land's mother and began to personally investigate the case because she thought that Valentine was responsible, the complaint stated. Come on, as a daggone judge, you cannot do that. Come on now, you can't do that. You personally investigating thugs, gangsters, pimps, people who possibly have police backing them and putting in work for them in Las Vegas? Come on, really? R.I.P. to this young lady. I don't like to see when people lives are lost so early, man. But my gracious, man. And it added that she used burner phones to contact Land's mother and sent texts to another woman she thought was involved in the murder. She was really operating on the low. She had burner phones and everything. So this is she right now with her. This was her and her husband and two of her daughters. I mean, two of her kids. I don't know if that's a boy or girl right there, but her son and her daughter probably. I should say kids, should just lay it with that. The commission alleged that Andres Tobiasen stated publicly that she reached out to Valentine's lawyer at the time and told him to tell Valentine that if he called her daughter one more time, she was going to take care of it herself. And that one time she went to Shane Valentine's house and kicked in his door. What? Come on. You telling me that this daggone judge went to this man's house and kicked in his door? And then she was found, she committed suicide? Come on, nah. This lady really moving like she's on a daggone movie, man. For real. Y'all saw it yourself. She went to the dude's house that she said was a thug and she kicked his door in. It says it right here. And at one time, she went to Shane Valentine's house and kicked the door in. What the hell? Detectives learned of Andres Tobiasen's activity, according to the charges, and launched an investigation into the judge, going as far as tracking her phone records. All right. They also alleged that she had links to a man called Anthony Dana, who was a known and documented organized crime figure. She was talking to Anthony Dana, who was a crime boss. Is this him? This ain't him right here. Andreas Tobiasen lived with her husband, Todd, in a $2 million mansion with a pool at the time of her demise. R.I.P. to that lady, man. She really tried to chase justice herself. She had a reason for believing what she believed. I'm hoping that she was wrong. And the only reason why I'm hoping she was wrong is because then that would mean that the pimps and the pimps are still out there. They probably doing that to other girls as well, and that will be horrible. That would be absolutely horrible. Don't forget to go to lfrfamily.com and ask me about the Bang Bang Tea.